So we're going to talk today about a very unique project that was for the Tulsa Police Foundation.
They really wanted a video that spoke to what they're doing, how they were founded, and where they're going in the future.
This organization that is worth donating to and helping them raise money? Absolutely, because these guys and girls are risking their lives to protect us.
The ideal lens would have been a tight lens, 70 to 200, something in that space. I had a wider lens, so I had to get pretty close to this helicopter taking off.
Founded in 1999 by Jason Burks, Retrospec Films is Oklahoma's largest turnkey production company of its kind. With a full-time team of over 20 talented individuals, a 12,000 square foot studio to create in, and a resume that spans some of the world's largest brands, if you love learning about filmmaking and storytelling, you've come to the right place. On each episode, we discuss the pursuit of creating things and the problems we solve by digging up projects from the last 20 years, giving you a glimpse behind the scenes where the magic happens. You're listening to Retrospec Films from the archives.
Hello, and thanks for joining us on Retrospec from the Archives. This is our in-house podcast where we dig up projects from the past, discuss all the things that we did, which range from creative development through pre-pro producing to the shooting of it, to the post-production of it, to all the tweaking and the VFX and the revisions and all the fun stuff. So this has been a really fun time digging up all the different things. And today, digging it up. Today I've got the High Towers with me.
Hello.
We got the High Towers. So we got Jacob over here, who mostly spends his time out in the field with a camera, shooting the things and lighting the things and directing the things. And we've got Jessica, who's all over the place.
Hello.
You get to be in meetings and on shoots and roaming around in the edit suite. And all the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Top to bottom. So
The yin to my yang.
the yin to the yang.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember are they like of equal value but totally different?
Equal value. You turn it upside down, it does the same thing.
Yep.
It's a
Yeah.
flow.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good.
It's a flow.
Good. So we're going to talk today about a very unique project that was for the Tulsa Police Foundation. And, I think this one is special to me, not to make it too convictive, but I will say that this came to us through Quick Trip. And we were doing a project for Quick Trip that was uniquely about the way Quick Trip has made a tremendous effort to make Quick Trips safer, which I feel like is something that should always be pursued in every single business, is how do we make our functions safer for our customers and safer for our employees. At the same time, you start dabbling in topics that are like social. How do we make the world safer? How do we make the community safer? And, very quickly, even when you get into that topic, you start getting into how do we help people that really need help? And it's complex, it's like why I probably would never want to be a mayor or a governor or a president, because what a difficult job to figure out. How do we protect those that should be protected? How do we also care for those that need to be cared for, which is a very, very real thing. All that being said, we got to shoot a little bit with the Tulsa Police Foundation with Quick Trip. Then I started having conversation with Tulsa Police Foundation, and there was an opportunity there to do some volunteership work to help them do some fundraising. And for me, Retrospec was started in the philanthropic space. I started this company volunteering on mission trips, filming things and making nonprofit fundraising videos.
Yeah.
And all the first projects that I ever did were in that space. And we certainly, we do a lot of stuff for Little Lighthouse, and we've done various things for different nonprofits through time. And honestly, not to get into it, but I do think it's been a disservice to the men and women in blue over the last 5-6 years who have had a rough go at it, right? Because there's been lots of various public opinion. Now, I do not agree or support with anything bad that the police force would do, but I certainly highly, highly support the good things that the police force does. And so when we started learning about the Tulsa Police Foundation, I was like, oh yeah, is this an organization that is worth donating to and helping them raise money? Absolutely, because these guys and girls are risking their lives to protect us. And I'm not by any means saying that the police force is perfect, but I do know that some of the best people I've ever met are selfless individuals that are fighting for our safety and fighting to protect our community and fighting to help people. So so let's start with you, Jessica. Let's talk a little bit about this specific project. So I know that you had some meetings in the get-go. What are we talking about here? What was the project? What was the need? What was it used for?
So the video that we created was for the Tulsa Police Foundation luncheon. So they were having a luncheon to raise money. I think this was their first or second luncheon. And they really wanted a video that spoke to what they're doing, how they were founded, and where they're going in the future. So I think their founder, Roger, I believe, he was at the luncheon, but we had him come in for an interview. So he really set the foundation of how he started the whole thing, what really started it, and it was tasers. The department needed tasers. They didn't have that non-lethal force to use on, an assailant that's running or doing whatever. So he got together with, I think, one other gentleman, and they created Tulsa Police Foundation. And so that's where the start of that came. And so then after we got, his discussion on it, then I think we filmed maybe 6 other interviews. So to kind of get, we got where it started, and then we wanted to really get what was happening currently and where the foundation's going. So all of that, was inside that video. And I think we did a really, really great job. And the client was so happy. And everyone at the luncheon was just super, super ecstatic about it. So it was a great video.
Yeah, so in telling stories, Jacob, obviously it's funny because I think video has become so much more prominent in our world. It's also become easier to capture in some ways. Even in our world, it's still a lot of work, but we've seen cameras have more latitude, autofocus work better, gimbals stabilize better, drones fly easier.
Better.
Yeah, like all these things, which
exactly.
is incredible. But it still doesn't take the place of the reality that like someone has to show up when the thing is happening to film the thing.
Yeah.
And then to capture the right angle and the right emotion and the right moment that actually tells the story. And I think, you and I have been on, we did the Oklahoma City police recruiting video like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Yeah. And that was quite a deal, overnights and cop cars and chasing people around.
It kind of puts a new perspective if you don't know what these guys and girls do on a daily. It just puts a whole new perspective in your eyes when you get to meet with these people firsthand and see some of their experiences and get the emotion from them on things they've experienced out in the field.
Yeah.
To me, that is just a story I want to capture, right?
Yeah.
And you said it, capturing that emotion, the right angles. Anybody can take a camera out and film something and document it. And that's fine. It's great that we're able to get that information so quick and we're able to document information. But there's something when you're trying to tell a story with it. Mm-hmm. You have to kind of dive into, their emotion and figure out, okay, what kind of lighting am I dealing with here? What's going to be the most impactful? Is it going to look better if it's a little more silhouetted? Is that going to kind of give a kind of this dramatic stance of like, we're out here at night working hard, but then the next thing is just a beautiful sunrise shot, of a car leaving the police facility, so it's all about how you want to tell that story. And it helps when you start to meet these men and women and kind of get that perspective and you're like, oh, I want to do this right for them. I want to make sure that I'm telling the story that they're telling me.
Yeah. I'm curious, Jess, and I don't know, I'm sure some of this information came to Jacob, some of it probably came to you. But what is an example of some of the little elements that you guys had on your shot list? Like, let's make sure that we get this, and this.
Yeah. So we wanted to get shots of the gun range. We wanted to get some taser shots. We wanted to get some canine footage, which was my favorite part. Sorry. Side note, they had, were they Frenchies or...
Yeah, it was two
Frenchies.
two French bulldogs.
French bulldogs.
that
are
came
like
out.
they're little.
They're the chiefs,
Yeah.
or not the chief, the captain.
It's like a
of
mascot.
the canine unit. So they came out after the German Shepherd. And
But they sure do think that they are just as big
that
as those German
Shepherd.
Shepherds.
But there were other things on our sheet, to get some
Helicopter.
footage. Yeah, helicopter footage of it leaving. And so you got some footage of that as well.
Yeah.
But kind of what you were talking about too, like it has to be impactful. We were in the break room shooting some of the interviews, and that break room was sponsored and provided to that training facility center by Quick Trip. So we got to shoot in there. And so you guys, I think it was you and Adam, like crafting the light and trying to pick the best spot to, direct these interviews. So, and what you came out with was super impactful. It was lit very nicely. It was like kind of moody, but you could still see it was just amazing. But other things that we got, people working out in the gym, other officers working together. I will call out Captain Billy White. He was so awesome. He walked us around the whole facility. He was my friend after, and now I'm working with him for the Tulsa Police Department for their videos. So he's so immensely helpful, and I loved working on this video. So
That's awesome. Jacob, what are some of the things when you were shooting that I would say maybe you felt like did require a specific angle or a specific effort to get it correct? Because, I will say a lot of these variables, for example, helicopters.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Dogs.
Yep.
Yes. Really anything that feels like it's in this, I wouldn't call it an emergency space, but there's really nothing that the police force does that doesn't have a lot of coordination and effort behind it. So you kind of you can't be oh, sorry, I forgot to hit record.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say the motorcycles.
motorcycles, I
The
forgot.
motorcycles for me were it was fun. It was awesome. They are so strategic on how they ride, and
Yes.
and the guy came up to me. He's like, "How do you want us, man? You want us in two lines?" He was very
You want
organized.
us in a V?
He was very organized, but I had to come up with what I wanted, and I was like, all right, guys, I want this. I want you guys kind of weaving out like you were doing some exercises. And they loved it.
yes.
They couldn't get enough. They were like, man, we can do a whole 360, we can get everybody to come in. I can get right by you. So they were really looking forward for these
Yeah.
shots because, they train on these bikes. The things they can do on these bikes, I was amazed with.
Yeah.
And they hardly ever get filmed, too,
yeah.
is what they were saying.
So
Sorry.
it was really cool getting to showcase some of that. But the helicopter, you can't really fly a drone with a helicopter around.
A lot of wind that it puts
So
out.
so there's some things that you don't choose to shoot on.
Yeah.
When the helicopter was taking off, I had to run out with a separate camera, and it wasn't the actual lens that I wanted. The ideal lens would have been a tight lens, 70 to 200, something in that space. I had a wider lens, so I had to get pretty close to this helicopter taking off.
Yeah.
And he was.
And I was it was pushing me backwards.
Yeah.
But I was getting the shot.
I was up against a thing with Captain White, is
Yeah.
he going to be okay?
Yeah. And you just, making the right choices with the tools that you have. I've said it, time and time again, but doing the best with what we have is super important. And that, to me, that's everything, because you might not have time to run back to the truck to get that lens you need. That helicopter's taking off.
Yes.
Do you not get the shot? No. You improvise. You make sure that you're in the right position to capture that moment. And that's just one of the little variables that goes into it. When you're starting to I walked around the police station kind of solo, and they said, just kind of roam around. You can shoot. I went into the weight room, and I was just I just asked politely. I was like, hey, I'm just filming for the foundation. Is it okay if I get you on camera? And they were excited about it because they want to be a part of this this foundation. This foundation helps them in a lot of
Exactly.
ways. So it's just that circle. So,
And with the canine, I mean, you were right up there, and I'm like, does the canine know to bite the guy with the suit and the glove?
Yeah.
He's not gonna bite the camera guy, like it's my husband.
Yeah.
So no, he was in the car like.
Yep.
He was ready to come out.
Oh,
and
man.
as soon as he, kind of like unleashed his forearm, man,
That dog
he's like,
went for it.
"Arr."
I
It
mean,
was
they're
so cool.
those dogs are so well trained.
Oh my gosh.
as well.
Crazy.
I mean, they are efficient. Just
Little beings.
Yeah, like I mean,
Yes.
they are 100% part of the police force. Like
Yeah.
they are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they.
He loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Puppers.
It was really fun.
That's so cool. Well, how long did the edit end up?
5 minutes, 4 minutes, somewhere in there.
That's
I
great.
think.
Well, I think we've conserved enough time. Let's watch
Let's
it.
watch it.
Let's
Yeah.
check it out.
There's a story that came out in the Tulsa World about a shooting. The headline in the Tulsa World was police officers, shot man a certain number of times. It did not tell the story. The police officers backed up over 62 feet, trying to talk the man to put the knife down before the shots happened. So a question came up by the suspect's brother that says, I understand that they had to do what they had to do, but why couldn't they have shot him with the taser? Why don't Tulsa police officers have tasers?
I had to explain to Roger. I said, Roger, we don't have the funding for that. I can't give every reserve officer a taser. We don't even have enough money to give all of our full-time police officers tasers. And Roger said, I think I probably know a way to help with that.
We raised enough money to purchase 300 tasers as a de-escalation tool before it turned deadly. And from that, the foundation really focused on being that bridge between the citizens of Tulsa and the police department.
The mission of the foundation is to not only support maybe some of the asset needs, but also to build relationships with the private sector and with government so that we can better provide those resources that might be needed for them to do their jobs, which is to protect us.
It's been incredible as of late because of the things the foundation has recognized that the city could not provide for the police department that goes towards officer safety, but also keeps them engaged in providing public safety to every citizen we serve.
We truly believe in making sure that our communities where our employees live and work are safe and strong and have the best public safety support that they can possibly have. And so we really try and make sure that Tulsa Police Department has everything they need, and the avenue through which they can get that is through the Tulsa Police Foundation.
I absolutely feel that the Tulsa Police Foundation is paramount with respect to helping us with the community. I mean, they provide certain things like random acts of kindness.
This was a tool during the holiday seasons that police officers could actually see someone in need and actually stop them and give them turkeys, gift cards. So this really allows the police department and the police officers themselves to engage with the citizens, and the citizens gets to meet the police officers and realize, I mean, these are good guys, these are good ladies, they're doing a job, and the job they do is allowing us, the citizens, to be able to go to bed at night.
Safety Summers, Tulsa Police support passing their information on the summer, and we let them talk about how to prevent accidents. We do games with the police. We play soccer with them. They give out basketball, volleyball, soccer balls, and we play. We just play it and get fun. It's a fun day. Any program like Safety Summer is engaged with the police. Any education forum is engaged with the police. So of course it's important.
We want to find creative ways to make people feel safer downtown, and so that's something that I'm working with the foundation on right now. The low-hanging fruit would be connecting businesses and homes and people to our real-time information center downtown. Some other mid-range issues that we're looking at utilizing drone technology to help us long-term. We're looking at what other resources we can bring in as a police department, things like that that'll help us use our officers more efficiently, more effectively, and to get them on foot and more interactive with the community downtown.
I think it's super critical to have our business community and business leaders have a better understanding of our police department and law enforcement and first responders. You know, city budgets are pretty much set. Being able to have a good public-private partnership that helps enhance our police department, provide the things that they need that the city budget doesn't cover is just vital.
To me, the most impactful thing that the foundation did was to stage a fundraiser after Sergeant Craig Johnson and Officer Aresh Zarkashan were shot in the line of duty. What really shocked me was the response we got from the city of Tulsa. We raised over $600,000 and passed every penny of it to Aresh Zarkashan and to Craig Johnson's family.
With a time where you're seeing such a dark side of humanity, seeing the positive was very helpful. Not just the financial part of it, but the involvement of the community, knowing that people waited in line for quite a while to give, and the cards and the letters that we received. And my children too, they appreciate all the support and love we've gotten.
To know that their community cared that much about them, cared that much about these two officers and their families. And so I think it's the most impactful thing that I've been involved with in my career.
What's really amazing is, the foundation, by kind of funding events like these, it's showing, the officers, like, look, there's a lot of people out there who appreciate you. And there's a lot of people that appreciate your families and the sacrifices that they make. Nationwide, policing hasn't been a super popular profession here in the last few years. One of the ways the foundation has helped us is they're helping us fund a digital marketing campaign and helping us figure out the best places to use those dollars effectively as well.
One of the biggest advantages of the foundation is flexibility. Because the foundation can dictate where their money goes, what they support, and so really explaining what the ideas are that we have to be able to police better downtown or police better in the city. When we ask the foundation for help, they're a lot more flexible as to what they can spend, where they can spend it, and how to help us a little bit more effectively and efficiently.
It's just a really exceptional organization where you know where your money's going and you know that it's going to go to something that's worthwhile that the police department is certainly going to appreciate. In many instances, it provides us with a safer way to do this job.
By having a good relationship with the community members, see something, say something, work together, don't be afraid to call them, don't be afraid to reach out, because at the end of the day, they really want to help people and they really want to prevent bad things from happening, but they cannot do it alone.
Donating to the Tulsa Police Foundation is so important. It builds community involvement. It builds structure of the organization. It allows, as the needs of the city comes up in law enforcement, to be able to step in and be a part of that growth. You live here, your family lives here, we trust our officers, we need to support them.
What a cool video. What a cool story. What a cool thing to support. I mean, it's very quick and easy to see why we would support this, why we would volunteer our time and our effort and our resources. And such the Tulsa Police team is such a significant, necessary item of our community.
Right.
And not just, not just in the things you stereotypically think of. Like, there's so many things that the police force helps with that are so valuable. And I'm excited that we've had the chance to do this, and appreciative for you guys of going and doing it.
It was an honor getting to work on this stuff, and just being a part. I am a part of this community.
Yeah.
So anything that we can do as a community to help out each other, it's great. So this opportunity came up, and I'm blessed to get to work here and get to go and do these things that I might not would have been able to just walk, stumble in and go do this on my own. So, just helping the community is everything.
And like you said, the police department do so much that people don't even see. They have a program called Random Acts of Kindness, and they go out and they just hand people in need a $100 Quick Trip gift card, a $100 Walmart gift card.
Wow.
They hand them groceries. Like, there are so many things. They go to hospitals, and give toys to the less fortunate kids. Like,
these are the things that we
great.
don't see.
Right.
We see all the bad.
Yeah.
Right? That's the only things that
But they
come
do
through.
so much good.
But there is so much good going on
Yep.
that we just need to try to showcase
Yep.
and
And
be
we
there.
did.
Be
Yep.
there for each other.
Yep.
Yep, totally agree. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us on this. And hey, if you want to donate to the Tulsa Police Foundation, look them up. Do it.
Yeah.
They're
Please do.
Really, really good people. So we appreciate you guys joining us. If you got interested and want to watch more, we've got 50, 60, 70 episodes in our season 1 and our season 2 right now of this podcast series. And if you just go to our website, retrospectfilms.com, you can hunt them down and watch them. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.